Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Idiots Review. I'm Caleb.
I'm Hannah, and we have a lot to talk about after episode 5 of Game of Thrones season. Were you season 8?
Season 8, episode 5.
I was like, what season are we in?
Man, this was a good episode. I mean,
I didn't like the episode.
I know why you don't.
No, I don't think you know.
I thought it was going to be because of the path they took for Daenerys.
Well, part of it is that. Big part of it, but
I don't know. I just really liked the episode. I thought a lot happened. There was a lot of drama going on. A lot of unexpected things happened, and that's why at least I enjoyed it. But anyways, let's start breaking it down.
So, first, I don't like... There's a lot of that I didn't like in this episode. I kept writing things down. I was like, oh, don't like that. Don't like that. I don't like the way that... yes, it's like, oh, now she's like the Mad Queen. I don't like that that's where they took her character, but I don't like how quickly they forced that. Like, it felt really rushed. I just felt like over the last couple episodes, all of a sudden they were like, she's the Mad Queen. She's going to be the Mad Queen. We got to do something. And it's like, well, what the frick? Where did that come from?
Well, I feel like there's been a lot of breadcrumbs leading up to this. Going back as far as season 7, when
last season.
I feel like this has been
the end
building.
Of last season.
Not even just the end. I'm talking about like her burning Sam's brothers.
Yeah, that was like near the end.
And her whole thing with John. Like, John just barely walked in and she's like, bend the knee. And he's like, I don't even know who you are. And like, your father killed like most of my relatives. And she's just like, oh, well, and like, she was just like, you must pledge your honor to me. Like, she was starting to power trip the second that she got to Dragonstone. And I feel like...
I don't think that...
I feel like these breadcrumbs have been leading...
and I disagree with that.
I've been slowly disliking her character more and more ever since the beginning of season 7 onward. Like, with every passing episode, I feel like I've liked her character less.
I have to disagree. I don't think that was a power trip in that particular where she's like telling John to bend the knee. I think that, it kind of started maybe like a little bit when she burned Sam's family, but even then I felt like that was a little justified, so I wasn't like, oh, whatever. But I felt like over especially the last episode to this episode, all of a sudden everybody's like, she's going to be the Mad Queen. It's just like, how are you jumping to that conclusion so quickly when she actually hasn't done anything?
And I feel like there's a lot of factors this season that played into it.
But
her losing Jorah, her losing Melisandre.
Well, I understand like how she got there, but it just felt really rushed and really forced. I feel like they were just trying to be like, she has to be the Mad Queen. Let's just do it over the last couple episodes. So it just, I didn't like... One, I don't like that that's where they took her character. I thought it was just a little... to me, it just felt like... Not cliche. What's the word I'm looking for?
Predictable?
No, not even predictable. It just seemed lazy. Like, that's just what people expected because her father was the Mad King. So I just felt like they're not going to go that route because that would just be like the easy thing to be like, oh, she's just going to be the Mad Queen. Like, next,
Well, but I feel like it's not because she's been leading, she's been living her whole life, and this whole journey of hers has been to not become her father.
Well, I know, and that's why I don't like
told her,
that.
Like, she's had a gentle heart, and
that's why I don't like after these last few episodes that they all of a sudden just really just almost did a complete 180, like really quick.
And that's where we disagree because I don't feel like it was quick. Like I said, I've been seeing breadcrumbs ever since the beginning of season 7, so...
But even still, like, that's still quick. I disagree with that. But yeah, I don't like I didn't like this episode. I thought it just felt forced and it felt rushed and I don't know. It just didn't sit well. I have a lot more dislikes, but you have anything you want? Do you have any likes before I get to my other list of dislikes?
Let me see. Well, I don't know. Like I said, I liked a lot of things, but a lot of things I liked were later in the episode, so...
I'm okay with... I liked Varys, but I'm okay with him dying because he kind of deserved it. Because he turned so quickly against her without any sort of anything. Like, Tyrion was like, oh, John's the true heir. And he just
but then he didn't,
Daenerys
he burned the note.
But then he put it in that thing, and he had, like, others that he was writing, so...
But I think he lit him on fire. I don't think he was going to send him out.
But I think he was going to, but he knew he was about to get caught, so
the thing I don't like about that is that Tyrion... betrayed him because he still thought that Daenerys was going to do the right thing, and now he's probably going to feel bad about it because now she didn't do the right thing, and now he's going to be like, crap, I should have sided with Varys and not with Daenerys.
But, well, and I have my issues with Tyrion too, but, so, I mean, while I was,
this episode actually made me like Tyrion a lot more again, almost like the days of old.
Oh, see me, it still doesn't. I didn't do anything to reverse, because I used to love Tyrion.
I really liked that when he was letting Jaime go and all that.
He was just
well, no, not necessarily the fact that he was letting Jaime go, but Jaime was like, "She'll kill you for this," and he's just like, what's 1 million people against one dwarf? Like, I really liked that selflessness of his, that he's like, I'm trying to do the right thing, what I think is the right thing.
But it wasn't really. But he was just trying to save Jaime, which is
he was too.
Does. It wasn't necessarily, to me, it didn't come off as so selfless. He was just,
because like Jaime said, he was going to. Doing this would kill him.
But still, he was, But, another thing I didn't like was that Jaime, I had thought this whole time that Jaime had gone to kill Cersei.
Yeah, I did.
So the fact that he was going just to be with her and try to save her, just like, what? Like, you basically undid all this character development that they had been kind of doing over the course of the series.
Because I really liked...
And then just did a complete 180 and we're like, nope.
Yeah, because I really liked his episode before...
With Brienne.
The Long Night.
Yeah.
And him and Brienne and all that. And I was like, man, that was such a great episode. Or not the long... The Long Night when he knighted her. But the episode after when he, and then him and her, whatever. Yeah. And I was like, I'm really starting to like Jaime. He's full... And then when all that happened, I was just like, wow, now I feel really bad for Brienne.
I felt bad, but I was convinced that he was going to kill her, so I was like, it's okay.
I felt bad once I learned why he went there.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh.
Yeah, so I don't like that they did that. It's like they basically undid all this character development.
Yeah, that I didn't like.
Like, for what exactly?
Did I?
First I was upset because I thought Euron was going to kill him, and I was like, if Jaime gets killed by Euron, like, what the frick is this? Who's this guy? He didn't get killed by Euron.
I was happy that Jaime killed Euron.
Yeah, like, I was glad,
Euron...
Yeah. I was glad Euron finally died, because that guy needed to go. I was kind of hoping Yara was going to be the one to kill him, but she was nowhere to be found in this episode.
She's still in... I don't think we'll probably see her again. Maybe at the very, very end, when everyone's kneeling before whoever ends up on the throne.
So I was hoping it was going to be Yara, but, glad that Euron died. Fine that it was Jaime. I don't like how Jaime... died.
Or Cersei. I feel like those two good for her.
Yeah, I have that written down too. I'm like, I don't like that. That is how Cersei died. She either needed to die by Daenerys' hand, by Arya's hand, by Jaime's golden hand, or by someone, not just by wreckage.
I would have settled for her unborn child ripping through her stomach and killing her.
It's like, that was a gross image. But yeah, so I don't like that they died together. Like, no, I didn't like that. Not at all.
Because now it just made me like dislike Jaime again, and I was like, I really wanted to like him.
I know, exactly. I will say it was nice to be able to see the fight scenes this week. Whereas in
they had a pretty good tactic, I'll give them that.
The one with the Night King where you couldn't really see anything. I will say that Daenerys finally learned not to just fly directly at things, and she's kind of
stay down low.
Well, and she's swooping around and coming back behind and making them having to turn their things, which is like this big ordeal. And I'm like, hey, somebody finally figured it out.
Yeah, and then she was staying low a lot. And
or she was going up and coming out of sight, so they didn't know which direction she was coming in.
Coming at them from the sun, so they couldn't see the dragon.
Yeah, so I was like, somebody finally figured it out. There was some nice, imagery. There was some gross imagery. But there was, everything was, like I said, you could see it, which was nice. There was, some of the fight scenes were, cool. The dragon just destroying everything was, a cool scene. It's interesting that she destroyed the Red Keep, because, I assume the throne went down with it.
Kind of symbolism.
Yeah. I kind of don't like how the Hound died. I wanted him to... I know he died, taking out his brother, but I wanted him to just beat his brother like just
I knew he wasn't
outright.
going to.
Because you know the only way you're gonna kill him is you have to like behead him because he kept stabbing him. He's
I
just
know.
like, why won't you die?
Like, we could have used you.
Well, what I feared was that he was gonna get killed by rubble. And then I was going to be so mad. I'd be like, you're not going to let the hound... Yeah, I mean, that was better than that. I was like, if you don't let the hound kill him, like, I'm going to be so angry.
But I liked
that they went to the fire, and that was kind of like a little, you know...
Well, not just that.
Well, you know, back to when they were kids where he burned his face.
But I like the symmetry between
Arya.
him and Arya.
I liked that, too. That
was like, they both were on the same journey this whole time.
And every time they both fell at the same time, and they were both like getting up, and then they were both being, you know, knocked down. And yeah, I like that
she finally let that go, but you know, he obviously, you know, took it to the grave, but that she had let it go and was now helping people.
Well, except for that mom and child, I was like, Arya totally got those two girls killed. Because the other people were like, oh, we want to stay here. Everybody out there died. And she's like, no, follow me. So she, like, drags them outside, and then they, like, die. And I was like, way to go, Arya.
Well, we don't know what happened to the rest of them. The rest of them could have died, too.
Yeah, but we don't know that for sure. That's the thing. I was like, we definitely know that those two are dead.
What would have sucked is at the end of the episode, she was, like, riding on her horse, and the rest of them were now, like, walking out or something.
She's like,
crap!
Dang it. And another thing. Where the crap did that horse come from? How did that horse survive?
I don't think it's real. I think she's like high on like smoke fumes and like.
I was like, is that because I know she used to ride a white horse, so I don't know if that was like kind of going back to that. I had to go back and make sure she didn't arrive on a white horse to make sure that was
no, she wasn't riding.
No, I went back and rewatched. Yeah, and she
was
on a brown horse. So I was like, was that her horse? But yeah,
that was kind of random.
I was like, what? I was like, what is this? What's going on?
But yeah, but that symbolism there, that whole scene between him and her was so good.
Well, and I like that she finally called him, like, by his name, not the Hound or, you know, anything like that. So
it'll be interesting to see how her story wraps up, whether she dies, whether she lives. If she lives, like, is she going to go and marry what's-his-name now? Because now she's kind of letting that anger and that revenge go. So maybe she might be like, you know... Maybe I can be a lady, like...
I don't... But see,
she would be an unorthodox lady at best. I mean, she's not going to be like... She's not going to be proper or anything.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I still...
I guess doing this is proper, like, I don't know. Meditation is very high up.
Yeah, I feel like if she were to just be like, come a lady, like, that would just be weird and kind of not really within her character.
But how can they end? How else can they end her character now?
I feel like she could just, you know, stay in Winterfell and just be with her family.
I feel like that'd be a boring end, though.
Which, by the way, all I could picture throughout this episode with, like, all this death and all this stuff is just, like, Sansa back at Winterfell just drinking out of her Starbucks cup. And it's just like...
Have that smirk that Cersei always has.
She's just like, well... All right, guys, we're all alive.
Oh, she's never gonna let Jon hear the end of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, she's gonna be like, "I told you," and I'm gonna.
Well, but I mean, at least Daenerys. I feel like Daenerys brought up that point to Jon, which is she was like, "Your sister, you know, she did that on purpose, and you know, why do you think she did that? You know, she didn't just do it because."
Which was kind of. I mean, I didn't like Sansa for that because I thought that was kind of a.
Well, and she did it because she wants the North,
right?
So
and she wants Jon to be.
She wants Jon. Well,
she wants Jon gone.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know that she wants Jon to be king. She just wants Jon out of Winterfell so she can be the head of the North. Because
which makes me feel like she doesn't deserve it.
I mean, kind of.
I'd rather have Arya be Lady of Winterfell.
Well, I mean, I don't know. The more things happen, I kind of feel like Sansa might end up on the throne.
Oh, that would be the worst. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I could process that. I just feel like
I still don't want Jon on there.
I do. I mean, I was 99.99999 wanting him on it, but now I'm like 100%. Or Tyrion. I feel like I'd be even okay with Tyrion.
Okay, so I still don't like Tyrion that much because, yes, he did. You know, his hand lead. That sounds gross. I'm going to stop myself from saying that.
He did the duty of the hand of the queen.
No, that's worse. He did, he met his responsibilities as the hand by
he did the duties that his position is supposed to.
No, let's not say the word duties. By telling Daenerys that, Varys, betrayed him and, like, betrayed her and all that. But I don't know. There's still just something that he will still go to any lengths. And, like, I get it. But he's...
I mean, Jamie saved his life.
No, I know, but even in the last episode, where he still is just trying to think that Cersei is a good person and you can reason with her, and I'm like, you cannot reason with her.
That's just because
That's
just because he has a good heart and he wants to see the good in people, but sometimes there's just not good in people.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, you keep,
I mean, there was at the end, because I feel like at that point, like, she would have surrendered, she would have done anything.
Well, yeah, everybody was dying, and all her men were dead, like, Qyburn... Oh, I didn't add Qyburn to the list, that was the other one.
Oh, yeah, down there.
I'll have to add that. Oh, yeah, it was on there. I left it. Yeah, the
I didn't
mountain,
care about his...
the mountain just, like, threw him and killed him. Was like, get out of my way. I'm going to go find my brother. Yeah, so I got to add Qyburn to the list.
I kind of like Cersei was just like, I'm going to walk away from this.
She's like, you guys
Hold on, pause.
You guys do what you're going to do. I'm going to just kind of sneak back here.
But as she walked off screen, she was like, okay, now go.
Or you see the hound, like, kill her. She walked by and like, what are you doing?
Walked by, she's like,
Though there was a point where she was kind of walking through that I kind of thought maybe Arya was going to be like, hey.
I didn't leave.
How you doing?
Yeah, but she wasn't going to be the one to kill her, although nobody killed her.
I know, that's what I don't like.
I mean, I guess it was Daenerys for, kind of.
But I would have liked it if it was more direct, where, like, the dragon just got her.
More
or
cause and effect.
The dragon ate her. I don't know, something. But
Jamie killing her, anything.
Something would have been better.
About that,
yeah, I know. But, so, yeah, as a whole... I didn't really like the episode.
I did. Because I renewed my like in Tyrion, even though she's not right. And what else did I like about it? Well, I mean, I didn't see Jamie and what's her name dying like that. It was unexpected, which is a bonus and a negative because we've already discussed that. And I really liked. I guess we've already discussed most of what I liked, but I really liked Arya and the Hound, their whole sequence there. Yeah. I liked that Jon was just like, oh no, like, and like Grey Worm was just like on board.
Well, no, I think that was always the plan. And that's why Grey Worm was ready, because Daenerys said, you'll know when to do it or whatever. Like, she said that to him.
I think she said you'll know where to meet me. I thought.
Well, she said something. So like I think that was always the plan. Was that? And that was
a really bad move that made me dislike Grey Worm a little bit too. Like they were surrendering. I was like, she went full on like.
Yeah, they beheaded Missandei. I forgive all.
No, I don't. I mean. They're just as bad as the people they've been fighting this whole time. Like Daenerys and Grey Worm have become like coins from Hunger Games. Like they were led to believe that they were going to be.
I don't remember a coin in this show.
No, in Hunger Games, where she was made you believe that she was going to be the good leader to come in, and then she's like, she's kind of just as bad.
But they beheaded his girlfriend, so I'm not. But I honestly think that was always the plan, was that they were going to wait for the bells to ring and then she was going to do that, because like he seemed like, all right, we got it. Like, let's do it. So I kind of think that was maybe always the plan.
But now the little respect I had for her is gone. And I hope she dies.
I still hope that...
Hope? She just killed so many innocent people!
Hey man, you do what you gotta do.
You're delusional.
You either win or you die.
Yeah, this is, and I hope she does. This is what my prediction is, and what I hope would be. For me, it would be a satisfying ending. You're gonna hate it, but
yeah, because I don't want Jon on the throne.
No, I'm not talking about Jon. I'm talking about Daenerys. I want what's his name? Wormtongue. Grey Worm.
Oh,
I just said it too. Now I was going all Lord of the Rings.
That's why I was like, I don't even know who you're trying to say.
I hope that Grey Worm realizes that this is no longer the queen that he's been serving this whole time, and I hope he kills her.
I know, because he was on board. Like, I think that was their plan all along. So if all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, I'm going to kill you," that would seem totally weird.
Unless she goes further down the deep end in this final episode to the point that he's like, "This isn't who I've been following this whole time." Like that's my prediction, or at least my hope, because I feel like that would be a satisfying end. No. I feel like Jon or anybody else killing her would not be as good, because then people are just going to be like, oh, he did it for power and he did it for the throne, whereas Grey Worm was a follower since the beginning, and I feel like that would at least be a way to peacefully bring an end to all of the wars.
I would like to see Drogon just kill everyone and end up on the Iron Throne.
It's like, screw humans. It's like,
He's like, all right.
I see what humans can do.
He's like, you've had your fun, but now it's my turn.
Drogon's like, I've been letting you, like, control me this whole time, but he's like,
Although,
I've been the one.
since she's like the dragon, like he just keeps firing. She's like, you're not going to kill me with fire. Like,
he could eat her.
I mean, maybe, but
He's like, you're not teeth proof.
that we know of. But yeah, so there's not much left to discuss.
Nope, I think that's it.
I think that's it. So let us know what you guys thought in the comments. Did you feel it was rushed and forced? Did you feel like it was coming from a mile away? Let me know if I'm right, because I am.
No.
But yeah, let us know what you guys thought of the episode in the comments. Like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.